Hey there, welcome to day 1184 of What You Up To Now. I want to talk about confidence and raising the bar. I actually, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. I have got a bummer of a cold, and it is making my nose run like crazy and my throat scratchy and itchy and coughy and just plain pain in the rear, cold stuff that we forget about, because I guess I probably had a cold last year, but I don't remember. I'm sure I did. But since COVID hit, a little over a year ago, everything is COVID now, and we forget that we still get the colds, we still get flu, we still have all the same 1,000 variations of flu out there, how many variations of cold and germs and stuff out there, and even though we're being more vigilant and more careful, the germs, they still find us, right? They're still everywhere, and if we're susceptible, which I guess I am, we get a cold. I thought it was allergies, even though I claim I don't have allergies, but lo and behold, full-fledged, runny nose, annoying cold. So, I didn't put a filter on today. And I did it on purpose because I'm talking about confidence. And one of the things that can help us have confidence when we're making videos and doing things, doing anything, is to filter what it is that we do. Practice, filter what we say. Put on, actually, Facebook has all these cool filters now that you can look totally different. Like I could have a weird smiley face. I can have a weird smiley face even without a filter. So I didn't do that, but I want to talk about confidence because for the Get Up and Go challenge today, and during this run through, this is the 7th run through in a year now. I guess it's a year because we did April last year, April 2020. We did the first 30+ day Get Up and Go challenge, and today we're doing and finishing up. Today was day 26 of the 7th version of that. But for the 7th version, I added 2 more areas and aspects of our life that I think are really foundational, that most of us don't address, and if we don't address it, then it happens by default. Things that happen by default in our life don't usually give us the results we want because we're not paying attention to them. So in addition to physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, and contribution, I added the areas of confidence and communication to the 9 key areas and aspects of our life for this challenge. And today we applied the SOAP framework to the area of confidence. And I gave an example, and I used one in my life of a board I'm putting together, and where my confidence is now and where I need it to be. And so how do we get from C to D, current situation, to desired situation? We explored the options of what are all the possible options, and we brainstorm a list of those, or we get 10 and then 3, and then we pick one, we act immediately on that, and we take a step in the direction, hopefully, that we want to go. Will every step we take lead us in the direction we want to go? No! Rude awakening, sorry, but the truth is, most of what we try in our life doesn't work. If you add up and if you look at all the different things you've done in your life, chances are, like me and most people, and especially successful people, you're going to find that they failed many, many more times than they ever succeeded. But the thing is, you only have to have a few successes to be wildly successful in all the times that you fail. That's why instead of being afraid of failure, we need to see it for what it is. It's just something that didn't work. It's just a stepping stone to what it is that we want. And then we want to take the things that work, the actions we take that work, and we want to make them automatic. So we can automate the process of improving our self-confidence, our self-love, our self-respect, our self-esteem, our self-anything, for me, falls under the umbrella of confidence. So anything about our self-love, and then how we show up with other people, how we communicate. Our confidence, our level of confidence impacts everything. And I didn't even talk about this, but I'm thinking about it now. Our level of confidence will determine our comfort zone, and what we're even willing to try or ask or do or even consider for our life is determined by our level of confidence. So it was really fun to apply that to the SOAP framework today. And then I shared a tool I call affirmations. I learned from someone else, and they added a couple steps to the regular affirmations to get through our subconscious blocks and our, I don't know about you, but I've done affirmations for decades. And I found that for about 10 years, they had like little or no effect on me. Yeah, they made me feel good while I was saying them, but they really didn't change the results I was getting in my life. And then I read somewhere about affirmations, taking the I am statement and adding a couple different tweaks and versions to it that get through and break by our subconscious and get our subconscious actually working for us in terms of helping us to create the things that we want in our life. So for example, if I say, I am self-confident, my brain might say, yeah, but remember that time you made an absolute fool of yourself presenting to such and such? Or remember that job interview that you totally screwed up? You weren't really very self-confident there. And my subconscious will serve me up all the times that I haven't been self-confident. But if I say I am self-confident, then I am self-confident now, or right now, or in every situation, or add some kind of a time qualifier, that starts to get by my subconscious, because I can ask myself, well, am I feeling self-confident right now? And I can say, yeah, I sure am. You know, here I am sitting talking on my video, and I'm pretty self-confident about that because I've done, I don't know, thousands of them, and I'm okay with just being me and showing up, and I'm confident with that. I'm okay with that. And so the time qualifier helps to get by that subconscious, because you take it from being, of all time, I'm self-confident, meaning I'm self-confident always, to our subconscious, and so our subconscious will feed up all the times that it's not. If I say I'm self-confident right now, or I'm feeling awesome right now, we can all say, even if we're having a head cold and feeling rotten today, I can say I feel awesome, and right now in this second, yeah, I feel awesome right now. I might not feel awesome in 2 minutes when I'm sneezing or coughing my head off, but right now I feel awesome. And so that becomes true, and if it's true, then my subconscious will agree with it, and it'll slip by. Now, the third qualifier to make the affirmation even more powerful is to say, why is it so easy for me to be self-confident? Why is it so fun for me to be self-confident? Why is it so easy, fun? Anything that we tie to wanting, and it really makes us feel good and light and happy, why is it so easy for me to be self-confident? Well, now we've enlisted the help of our subconscious. Instead of serving up all the reasons and all the examples when we're not self-confident, it's doing just the opposite. It's showing me all of the evidence from my past experiences, and out in the world it'll show me examples of people easily being self-confident, not just me, but other people as well, and that will be role models and people that I can model. By my subconscious now becomes my ally, and instead of serving me up negative, it's serving me up all the positive examples of why is it easy for me to be self-confident. Now, to take that one step further, I just learned this in my confidence coaching and confidence course. It's not a confidence course, it's a coaching program that actually speaks about communication, confidence, emotional, and mental things. So it's a touchy-feely personal development type coaching program. That's one of the coaching programs I'm doing this year. And another one is a hands-on business, balls to the wall, offline businesses coaching program. So they're really, really different, but it's giving my brain this, awesome stretch. So the fourth thing that I just learned is asking another question, because questions are how our mind works anyway, is how can I blank? So how can I be self-confident in this situation? How can I be more self-confident? How can I show up confidently in every area and aspect of my life? Whatever you want to ask it, but it's how can I? Because guess what? When we ask a question, our brain automatically serves up the answers. And so if we ask a right question, a lot of times we'll ask, well, why do I always screw up? Why do I always feel like a fool in this situation? Why do I always make this mistake? Guess what? We'll get an answer. We'll get a whole bunch of answers we don't even want. But if we ask, how can I blank what I want? How can I easily be self-confident? How can I be self-confident in every situation? By asking how and why questions, our subconscious gives us the right answers, the answers that support the affirmation that we're making. And then that makes our progress automatic in the area of whatever we're affirming. Confidence, health and weight loss, energy. I like to do a lot of energy affirmations, because sometimes my energy's in the toilet and I want more energy. So I say a lot of things about having good energy. But by adding those 4 levels, the time element, the why is it so easy for me, how can I be, it just takes a regular affirmation and puts it not even on steroids. It just makes it quantifies it. It makes it exponential. I'm looking for the word exponential today. Definitely have a head cold. So that was our SOAP framework today. We did it with confidence, and we did it for the area of confidence, which is new to the Get Up and Go Challenge. Our Supersize Your Business today was about raising the bar. And how do you do that? I actually shared, amazingly enough, something very similar to the SOAP framework on how you actually do that. Why? Because how we do it is how we do everything. How we get what we want in life is true. It's the same process no matter what area or aspect of our life we're looking at. I don't know why we try to make it so complicated and think, well, this is my business process for success. This is my relationship process for success. This is my different communication process for success. This is my mental process for success. No, it's all the same 4 or 5 step process. Almost anything can be boiled down and simplified to a 4 or 5 step process, right? So, shared that today as part of how do you raise the bar. Most of us set our goals and objectives way too low, if we set goals and objectives at all. Do you know 95% of the population doesn't even set goals or objectives? They might think they do. They might think they do New Year's resolutions, but they don't ever actually set them and write them down. And if you don't write them down, you're not going to get them. There's been so much science and so much data collected on if you don't write down your goals, and maybe you'll get them, but the chances of you getting them are much less than if you just write them down. So, our 365-day challenge, all about you. I do an annual challenge, and this year's is to do one thing every day that centers you, which means do one thing every day that centers me. And today it was about exercise, the best exercise for our mind, and that is reading. And there's probably better ones, but I called it the best exercise for our mind. Reading and feeding our brain good information. Because we can all feed our brain a bunch of mush, and guess what? Garbage in, garbage out. If we believe everything we see or hear or read, and we have to remember, every source we read, everything we see, it's just one other person's opinion or version of reality or the world. And all of our version of the world, all of our truth and reality is different, because I love this conversation, because people can say, it's the facts, it's the fact that this happened. Yet, almost everything, even facts, even physics, and science backs this up as well, it's determined by the observer, and each of us as observing something are different. So facts to one person are absolutely opinions to another person. So it's really interesting topic, not to get into today, because my head's too foggy to argue about anything with anyone probably for the next 2 weeks. I don't like to argue anyway. It's not very fun. So those were our 3 challenges that I am working on. I have got a trip in, what's today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday I'm flying, and I have got nothing ready. So today is my day to prep my work stuff for the trip, my personal stuff for the trip, start to pack for the trip, like find my suitcase and things, since I haven't been on a trip since a cruise, the gym boat, which actually I found this today and made me laugh. Jim Edwards would laugh about this. The gym boat. We got these gym boat squishies at one of the first gym boats. I think it might have been the 2nd or 3rd gym boat. I don't remember. But it was one of the first gym boats. We got this stress squishy. And I still like stress balls. I've got my little smiley face stress balls. But I saw this today and I just laughed. I'm like, oh, that's too funny. So that was the last actual trip I'd been on. I'd been to Texas to visit my mom, take her down. She lives in Texas in the winter, so my sister and I took her down, and then I stayed a few days extra and hit the gym boat, flew to Florida, and then went on the gym boat cruise, which was awesome. That was in 2019. Then came home and proceeded to get COVID, even though we didn't know it was COVID. I swear to goodness, I had COVID over Christmas and New Year's of 2019. And that's why I know I just have a cold now, because it feels totally different. All right. That's what I've got. That's what I've got going on. So I'm going to cough. Whoop. I'm going to spill coffee and drink coffee. Boy, that was stellar. I'm going to get to work. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow to let you know what am I doing as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world, to the brick and mortar world, to the online world, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Because I decided this year I can do both. I can be back and forth. I can do whatever I want, as can you. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.